because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Who's always killing us in the streets? Who's the one who put us on slave ships, raped our mothers, ripped their pregnant bellies open, hung us from trees? The Ku Klux Klan was out hunting us. Who's the one that have always had violence against us? White people, right? So who are the children of Israel then? If it says white people had violence against the children of Israel, who are the children of Israel? It's us. All praise, all praise. My sister, what's your name right here? Wheezy. Okay, Kenneth, Wheezy, brother right here. Rodney and Tyler. Okay, so let's get Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. Because she needs to know this. Your daughter needs to know this, because all over the earth, this image right here is pushed. Hold this up for me, so. That's what's pushed in the earth right now. And that's why you see Baltimore is the way it is. That's why we hate each other. That's why we sell drugs to each other. Because we have no self-esteem. For hundreds of years, this has been pushed in the earth. Let's read this.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14.
Start verse 1.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Weezy, let me ask you a question. You can even answer this too, Tyler. Why in the last book of the New Testament did a depiction of Christ have to be put there? Why? Because he knew that they were going to lie about his image. He knew that in movies, in media, pictures, you go to Google, you type in Jesus, who do you see? Who saw the book of Clarence? Who saw the book of Clarence? Did you see it? White people were outraged because Christ was depicted as a black man. But that's biblically accurate. So why are they mad?
That's right.
Because they know the power that comes behind it.
That's right.
Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It says his head, the hair on his head and the hair on his beard was white and woolly. I'm looking at woolly hair now. I'm looking at woolly hair. I'm looking at woolly hair. Anywhere you see black people, you see woolly hair.
That's right.
Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Why does it say that, sis? Why were his eyes? What does that mean? What do you think that means? No, not because it was dark. What was Christ's first miracle? Christ's first miracle was that he turned water into wine. But Weezy, listen up right quick. Weezy, teach your daughter that Christ is a black man. That's the most important thing she needs to know right now. That's the most important thing she needs to know. My brother Kenneth, you got any questions about the Bible that you may not know yet, stuff that you want answered, go ahead and ask up. We out here to give our people the medicine.
That's right.
That's right. Australia, right?
Australia? Okay. Isaiah 11:11. Yeah, the Aboriginals.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Okay, so we're going to answer that. So, you've got some people over there that are our people over there called Aboriginals. Remember, what happened to us during slavery? I know you know a little bit of history. Where were we scattered? Throughout the four corners of the earth. That includes Australia. Get the map. Where the map at? Do we have Australia here? We don't have Australia here. But if you look, there were slave trades such as the Indian slave trade where they sold us from this part of Africa further east. We were in China, Japan, and even Australia. So read that.
Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
It says the remnant of his people. Deuteronomy 4:27.
Bring it out.
God is going to recover the remnant of his people that have been scattered throughout all these plans. 4:27.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you.
The Lord shall what?
The Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
Among the nations, even Australia. The British rule Australia. The same British that brought us over here to America. They just speak a different dialect. They just got a different accent. It's the same people doing the same exact things. You understand? So those Aboriginals that you see being oppressed over there, those are Israelites.
That's right.
Those are the 12 tribes of Israel, Kenneth. So does that answer your question?
I don't see the
Nah, look at the bottom.
James 1:1. Let's get it. James 1:1.
Isaiah.
sorry.
Because again, they're scattered. So we may not know, according to Genesis 49, exactly who they are. But if they fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28, best believe they're Israelites. Read that.
James chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
To who?
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
So these same 12 tribes, some of them are in Australia. We may not know exactly who they are, but if they over there fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28, they are Israelites, Kenneth. They are Israelites. I seen a headline the other day. There was this dude, I think it was 2 or 3 Aboriginal children over there in Australia. They were swimming in a pool. A white man literally tied them up and held them as they were slaves just because he didn't want them swimming in the pool. So our people over there suffer the same oppression that we do here today. The same thing. Ezekiel 35 verse 5 right quick. Ezekiel 35 verse 5. How you doing, my brother? What's your name, sir? Omar. I was just answering Brother Kenneth's question. He asked, black people in Australia, are they our people? I said, yes. They suffer the same oppression that we do here in America. Read this right quick.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
When you read the context of this chapter, God is talking to the so-called white man. He said, you so-called white man, you've had a perpetual or a never-ending hatred toward black people, toward Hispanic people, toward Native American people. Look at what they did to us. We got buildings over here that have been vacant for 6 years. Does white man ever come to change that? But you go to their neighborhoods, it don't look like that, does it? Read that again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Who's always killing us in the streets? Who's the one who put us on slave ships, raped our mothers, ripped their pregnant bellies open, hung us from trees? The Ku Klux Klan was out hunting us. Who's the one that have always had violence against us? White people, right? So who are the children of Israel then? If it says white people had violence against the children of Israel, who are the children of Israel? It's us. Now let me ask you, what do you see yourself on the sign right here? Hold the sign up for the brother. What would you identify as? Judah, Genesis 49 and 12.
Bring it out.
The head tribe of the greatest people to live. The tribe of Judah. Christ came from the tribe of Judah as well, my brother.
That's right.
No, we are not Hamites. We're going to get that too. Yeah, they tried to, but we're going to get it. Does anybody have a Zondervan? Anybody got a Zondervan? Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Anybody got one? Let's get that right quick. Let's get the definition of Ham. Genesis 49. Start at verse 8.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
You know this, Kenneth? Judah. You know, okay, so you already know where we about to go. Read it again.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
He's talking to the tribe of Judah. He said all the other 11 tribes, they're going to praise the tribe of Judah because Christ comes from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
It says the tribe of Judah's hand is going to be in the neck of our enemies. Now let me ask you this. Who is our enemy? We just read it in Ezekiel. Exactly. Hey, don't be scared to say it. Don't be scared to say it. After everything they did to us, hey, you justified. That's them. The white man is our enemy.
That's right.
So it says our hand is going to be in the neck of our enemies. What does that prove? Exactly. Their resume speaks for itself, just like you saying. So listen up. It says your hand is going to be in the neck of your enemy.
That's right.
Meaning your hand is going to be on a white man. So what does that prove? That the tribe of Judah would be dwelling in the same land as the white man in the last days. That land is America.
That's right.
That's Judah. Now let's read this right quick. Ham.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 213. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
So Ham was born 96 years before the flood, the youngest son of Noah.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Only 8 people survived that flood. Read.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
The progenitor means the forefather, the ancestor of the dark races. That's who Ham was.
Right.
Not the Negro.
What?
Not the Negro.
So Ham was the forefather of the dark races, but not the Negroes.
That's right.
Who are the Negroes? Judah. Read it again. Ham is the forefather of the dark races, but not the Negroes. So there's a difference right there. Read.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
Not the Negroes, not the so-called black man in America.
That's right.
But the Egyptians.
But the Egyptians. Now, let's think about history. Moses, you know the story of Moses, right? Who had us in slavery? Who had the Israelites in slavery? Pharaoh, right? The Egyptians. So it says he was the forefather of the Egyptians. Right quick, let's get Exodus 11:7. So there's a difference that God made, because when you came up, you mentioned Ham. We are different from those Nilotic Africans.
Right.
The Nilotic Africans are the ones that sold us to the white man. That's in the Bible as well. Let's get that.
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel,
against any of the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
shall not a dog move his tongue.
God calls these other nations dogs. They ain't nothing to us.
Right.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
God put a difference between the Africans that sold us into slavery and the ones that were actually sold into slavery.
Right.
2 different people, just like you have Chinese and Japanese, right? They look the same, they may sound the same, but they 2 different people.
Right.
It's the same thing with us and the Nilotic Africans.
That's right.
We are 2 different people. Right quick, Joel chapter 3 verse 6. And then we're going to go back to Genesis 49. We are not the same people, because they teach that in school. I learned that in school. Oh, Africans sold other Africans. Hell no. Nilotic Africans, Hamites, sold Israelites into slavery. They sold the Jews into slavery. That's what happened. That's history. Read.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah.
The children of Judah. Who is Judah? Who's Judah? You're Judah. Read.
And the children of Jerusalem.
The children of Jerusalem, the other 11 tribes.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians?
Who is the Grecians? Who are Greece? Who is that? Who is that? What race of people is that? White people.
That's right.
So he's talking to Africans. He said, the children of Israel you sold to the white man.
Right.
Now what happened when we were on the west coast of Africa? They sold us to the white man. So what he said in Joel, it happened. We're 2 different people.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.